shake the matrix, expand our minds, and make us think. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well this morning. Grand risings to y'all. I had a good meditation this morning. It's sitting here and thinking about some stuff, and I decided to write some stuff up and share a little bit. So, I want to share with you something I have learned throughout my life, and it's a journey that I call deprogramming. This journey is about learning to deprogram from the, you know, indoctrination of religion and what the world has taught us, and discovering the truth about who you are and what your purpose is. It is also about breaking free from the chains of traditional religion and embracing the knowledge that we are all one with the divine. We're not separated. We don't have some false image to go and discover. It's so interesting to me to think about that saying. Do not put any false images before you. Before you. Before God, do not. But who is God? But we are a spark of the divine, and all together we are that thing. So the journey I've embarked on has been an intense one. And it has taught me many things. One that of the most important lessons I've learned is that the importance of personal accountability and my role in creating my own reality and realizing to deprogram myself from the reality I was taught. You see, I've learned that relying solely on prayer is not even enough either, because we're too busy speaking, and I learned to have to stop to listen. We must take action and take our dreams and push them into reality. You don't just sit back and go, okay, I'm going to pray for this dream to happen. No, you got to go do something. Like, I have a dream to own land. So this summer, I've gone all over working my butt off. I've been helping people and doing all kinds of things I'm good at. But I've been working so that I could get to the place that I desire to be. Or I could just sit there and waste time and wait. But nothing's going to shift now, is it really? That's just kind of a joke, right? So, I knew another important lesson that I learned is that religion taught us to wait for an imaginary being to solve these problems. And instead of taking matters into our own hands and realize we were the ones with the keys already. Creation gave it to us in the very beginning. We have been taught to turn away from ourselves and our own power, and it is time for us to break free from these limitations. We are the ones who can transform our world and make it a better place for everyone. As we transform ourselves, it begins a domino effect to affect other people. Lots of love to you as well. Thank you to those who have joined. What religion has also taught us is to care too much about what others think of us, and to be married more to the church than we were to our children and our families, when right in front of us was these little gods, right there, little I ams running around. It's more important to focus on our own self-discovery, and we must find within ourselves the truth about who we are and what our purpose is. Let us break free from these shackles of religion and these things that we were taught, and embrace the knowledge that we actually are that solid rock, that Elohim, the I am. That's what I am that we followed was teaching us, that we were that. We were not separated. We would even do greater things. We are the ones who have the power to transform our world before us and experience life as a spark of God, the divine. So can we rip the veils from? It's a time for us to have come to break free from these prisons of traditional religion and traditional thinking. I call it the stinky thinking. And set ourselves on a path of self-discovery and empowerment. Let us realize that we got no fingers to point out except for to point in. See, it's empowering to realize where you got to go to fix the issue and where the problem's been the whole time. Society teaches us to find somebody else. So does religion. To find somebody else. To ignore the spark that's within you and to let this crap cover the diamond that is there on you already. So find the truth within ourselves and experience the bliss of life as a spark of the divine. The journey of deprogramming is one worth taking, trust me. And I encourage each and every one of you to embark on that journey. Take it with me, man. All right. You're right, absolutely. More important to expose PDF kids. Dude, so true. You have the power to quit packing, but here we are. It's so true, man. You know, yeah, here's the thing in life. There's so many religions arguing about, who somebody loves, but here's the one thing. And it's so funny because it's not funny at all, but it's crazy because at the same time, the biggest pedophile situations happen in religious establishments. I was a victim of it. So there's that. I know so many. And here's the thing. One, we're not really victims. We only decide if we are. Two, remember it's all part of the illusion to create this fear, to keep us in this state, to not see the truth of our divineness, which is beautiful. But here's the thing. It's in those places massively. Like I'm sitting here where I'm at and I'm thinking about some of the news that's going on where just I'm at. And I'm like going, wow, there's all these kids that have been like mentally brainwashed by people and taught to dislike some people that are important in their lives, but finally someone's getting caught for what they did, so there you go. But light is shining, so there's that. That's kind of crazy and good. Do I support the troops? I love everybody because everyone is nothing but a divine spark of myself. I do come from a family that was military and has been in every single war the United States has ever had since the Constitution, very beginning. I love and honor and respect my cousins and stuff that have gone through all those things, and my uncles and everybody. But do I believe that we've been brainwashed to think we need it? And instead of the people that are actually having the issue and them solving it, they send our innocent children. My son was even in military. I even went to sign up for it. I love everybody. But I feel sad that we've decided to send innocent to go destroy innocent when the two who got the problem could just go and deal with it themselves. It's interesting. These people in power send the little people. In the ancient times, in the real ancient times, it was the royals and the knights that went to battle for the people, while the people stayed home and took care of the crops and the animals in the village. And when the people decided to pick up their pitchforks and everything, which is what they picked up for war, because it's what they had, it was because they wanted to. They saw what their king was fighting, or their queen was fighting, and they wanted to. You see, those kings and queens were right on the battlefield. They were the very first to ride out. And then if we go even further back as hunters and gatherers, we weren't fighters then. The worst injury of how we died, showing up in archaeological findings, is cherry pickers, or falling off a tree, or an animal trampled on them. We got to think about these things. Real life Hunger Games, dead on. It is, and we don't even, it's like, we're slowly being boiled in a pot, like a lobster or like a frog, and they don't jump out and they don't get out because they don't even recognize it's happening. That's what has happened to society. And it's so funny, there's these scenes of, look where you got freedom, and then you look around, you're like, wait a sec, you just colored it a different way, but it's We're still slaves, dumbasses. You know, like, wait a second. We got to look a little deeper, you know? The real deal. So Christ is king, huh? You are that, Christ. So go be a good king, because I'm waiting for a good king to stand up. And you should recognize in the real original text, go look up in the Greek and the Hebrew. And John 10:34 says, I tell you the truth, it's not written in your laws, but you're all God's. You are a spark of the divine, a piece of the Elohim. You're the answer to the prayer. All those things. So maybe we should stop being lazy, right? Anyway. All right. So I've been very clear on this channel about my rules. So we're going to do that, because that's disrespect. My rules is this is not my son's channel, people. I live so far away. I live in another country, people. And there's this thing called, when we are adults, we are responsible for ourselves now. Okay? And that's all there is to it. So go be responsible for yourself, because that's what I teach. You know, we got no one to blame. And if we want to keep gawking at someone else's life and we see something in them, it's because it's within ourselves. All right, people. Well, make sure you can do one thing towards your dreams every single day. Brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize you're valuable and you matter, and you're all unique puzzle pieces, a part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. And, yeah, go out and gaze in the mirror today. That's where we gotta look, people. There's nowhere else to look. You know, if we got things going array in our lives, it's time to gaze and see why. All right? There's no fingers to point or anything like that. And yeah, go spend some time in nature. All right? Peace, everyone.